We have returned. I just kind of rushed here. I'm not even ready for the setup. Just give me a second. Alright, cool. I think we should be good to go. Have this set up, have that ready, do this. Cool. Just in time for the game to start. The classic blue team versus red team. But one of these days, I should just turn on colorblind mode and just completely change what the teams look like. Actually, I forgot where that is. Video? Seems like something that will be in video. Oh, where'd the colorblind mode go? Am I just not seeing it? There was a period of time where I just actually played with colorblind mode just because I like the alternate. To me, it's like an alternate color palette. Enable legacy curse. Oh, that seems like a random thing to enable. Let's enable it. Alright, enough of that. Enough of that. Red team is planning an invade. And then now it's just a single Camille. She's gonna get charmed. She doesn't get out in time. Hookshot doesn't even latch the wall. Freest first blood ever. Don't stand there. Just don't. There are other places to be at. So the jungle Camille, not off to an amazing start. And the kill goes to the top lane Sett, going up against a Kennen. Probably not the funnest lane for the Sett to be in, but it's not the toughest either. Talon mid against Ahri. And bot lane we have the Ashe Sion against Vayne Swain. Now, in terms of sheer laning strength, blue team definitely has much better laning. But once the game gets to mid or late, it's going to be a lot rougher. Talon is a type of assassin that does fall off pretty significantly. You're relying so much on roaming in the early game that late game, your damage potential is not nearly as high as some of the other champions in the game. Some of the other assassins, I should say. Other assassins like Zed, for example, scales much better just because of the way his skill works. But we have a Scrap here in the bot lane. Swain's gonna be slowed. Frost shot's being applied and he has to blow the flash and he is at dot health. But in the meantime, Vayne is down there CSing. And Ashe actually missed out on a significant portion of the wave, so Vayne's gonna get to level 2 before, but it doesn't really matter when you already pushed out the support that way by that much. And now support flashless on the red side. Excellent Wally picking up that 1 CS. Bot lane is just going to play it out here. Ashe Sion do have insane bully potential on this lane. They can definitely push Vayne around, significantly delaying her power spike. The Swain actually can't turn his lane in his favor as much as he wants to. It's very hard to fight into. It's very hard to find a Garrison who will all in, especially when that happens. Ignite goes down and the last Frost shot takes down the Swain for the first kill, but not first blood, because Camille foolishly gave it away. So now the lane is playing out exactly as how you would expect. The constant volley spam as well as Sion's body just makes it so hard for Vayne and Swain to do anything in this lane. They probably just picked this lane matchup because Vayne and Swain rhymes and they didn't really think about how well their lane would go. Meanwhile, top lane, Haymaker does not get the true damage cone, but there's a significant minion wave being built up. But Camille's coming in for a gank. Kennen can't really assist without running through like 8 minions, but he is going to full commit flash. The lightning shuriken misses. That's only 1 mark, and the Sett gets to walk away. Kennen now gets knocked up, and he gets punched down. But Talon has also made his way up here with this insane roam potential. Bot lane, Vayne just died in the 2v2. But the Rek'Sai was cleaned up by the Talon on top lane. Sett managed to walk away. Ahri's rotation is far too slow. You can't really match up a Talon in terms of roam speed. So she gets nothing and wastes some time wandering in the river. The bot lane is definitely going really well as expected. The laning advantage is being pretty nicely executed with. Then Vayne has to go back and she only gets a single longsword and a dagger. She knows how bad her lane's gonna be. She bought a Doran's shield, and it didn't help as much as she wanted to help. Talon just now recalling. The Sett not able to delay him further. And in this meantime, Ahri has accrued a significant CS lead of 2. Definitely not the best usage of time for red team's mid lane, I say. That Haymaker barely misses Cannon. And now the minion wave got built up the other way. However, a significant amount of it was crashed into the tower. And Cannon did die before being able to claim most of it. So he has lost a lot more minions than he probably wanted to. The CS may be even now, but look at the minion wave. The potential CS that can be collected is definitely still heavily in favor of Sett. Not to mention, Sett didn't even die in that exchange, so he still sat in the lane and soaked up some EXP, so he is thoroughly ahead of Cannon. Despite what the CS and everything else will show. That gank was probably good for the Talon, not so good for the Cannon. In summary. Meanwhile, bot lane, Rek'Sai made her way down. Sion is going to Decimating Smash and knock up the Swain and buy some time, but he is full health. The Silver Bolts are chunking him out, the Condemn into the wall, and he does get killed off to the gank, not able to pop a shield or flash away or save him. Well, he doesn't have flash, but not able to save himself in time. Talon flips away onto bot lane, but the fight has already finished. He's just one step too late. And Ahri, taking his continued absence, has actually increased the CS lead dramatically. And Talon, the first round paid off, the second one not so much. The more time he spends away from lane, the more pressure Ahri gets to exert on the lane. Swain does get a nice root onto the Ashe, and the bot lane chunks her out pretty significantly, and now she just has to run away. Sion did return to the lane, using the Soul Furnace to tank up the minion wave, so Ashe could collect the entire wave to herself. So Vayne actually gets 1 kill off that Rek'Sai gank. So the gold pretty nicely being equalized, only about a Vision worth of money behind. Both players in this lane actually wants their Blade of the Ruined King first, and it seems like for now Vayne spent a bit more towards it, but of course it doesn't really mean she's ahead. The first person to get Blade of the Ruined King achieves a faster power spike. And at this rate, the outlook does seem like it's going to be Ashe who grabs it first. Farming up quite well under the frozen bot lane. Meanwhile, Ahri misses the charm. She's actually 2 levels, 1 level now just barely ahead of the Talon. So Talon has to be pretty careful. His roams have cost him dearly in the EXP department. But now he's his level 6. Can he really do anything else? The root lands onto the Ashe. Vision of Empire gets the stun. Not gets the chunk, but Condemn only sends Ashe away, proccing the Silver Bolts, but it's not lethal. So Ashe, fortunately, saved by the Vayne. Now the fight comes back in. Silver Bolts gets triggered on the Sion with Press the attack, chunking him out significantly. Good trade by the red team. That was a very tricky call. The landing of Ashe. Another one lands again. Vision of Empire popping down. Flash Ignite from the Swain. Ashe does healing in retaliation, but Sion gets picked off by the Silver Bolts. And Ashe has to turn tail and run. Flash Ignite was committed. But Ashe fortunately did not die. Unfortunately dropped yet another kill to the Vayne. So now she is quite a bit ahead. And I stand corrected. The Swain root does serve dividends in setting up some nicely appreciated kills for Vayne. Facebreaker grabbing onto Cannon and the 1 minion behind him. Cannon does engage. A hookshot comes in and misses the stun. And now the level 8 Sett very angry. That's a level 5 Camille and the level 7 Cannon. He does have ultimate, but it's probably too late. The showstopper slams Cannon away. And now, Lonely Camille, level 5, gets stunned by the Facebreaker. Sett probably has no more engaged tools. Hookshot saves her life. But Sett turning around that gank brilliantly. Talon trying to engage on the Ahri. Probably not going to find it. Only 1 mark applied by the Rake. He can't continue that trade without losing it horribly. And he's going to call it quits. But the charm lands. Spirit Rush, not finding his targets. That's all 3 charges expended. Not hitting the Talon in the stealth. She does flash forward, but still misses the Talon regardless. And now the minions are dead, so she's tanking 2 tower shots on the way out. However, Talon is the one that's bruised and battered and had to recall. The second set of buffs have been grabbed by Rek'Sai, almost doubling the CS of the Camille. Camille jungle is already not the fastest thing, and dying once before the game even starts kinda sets you a little bit more back, just mentally, if nothing else. Enchanted Crystal Arrow coming down the swing. Very nice CC chain. Condemn does buy him some time, but not enough. Ignite burns him down with a single Ashe auto. Now this tower is going to be under siege. Beautiful turnaround kill by blue team, recouping much of the deficit that they may have accrued. However, the kill did go onto the Sion, but Ashe does have the Cutlass. A completed Cutlass does handily beat just a single Vamp Scepter. Vamp Scepter on its own is pretty much... it's kind of a garbage item early on for lane. The 10% lifesteal doesn't really net you that much. Just a tiny thought experiment. If you do like 70-80 damage per auto, you're healing 7 or 8 from Vamp Scepter, which is just slightly above what a Doran's Blade will heal you, and Doran's Blade barely lifesteals. Like even the Call heals you probably slightly more than it. Call will heal 5 per auto. Sion also get away, and now Rek'Sai pounces onto the Sion, flashing super far away, but that's the rest of her engaged. She has to flash away from the third range. The very angry zombie Sion tries to charge in, but Swain pops his ultimate, sucking Ashe away, hooking her back. Vayne picks up her killing spree thanks to the Swain setup. The very angry Birdman taking that 3v3. Camille even showed up near the tail end of that, but she is quite useless in the moment. Talon trying to be a hero, gets hooked in, pops his ultimate, doesn't really find a target, jumps into the Ashe, but dies to the jungler, dropping another assist pile of gold onto Ashe's head. These roams have not worked out well for him. Ahri, first player in the game to hit 100 CS, thanks to just being able to stay in her lane all the time, along with a 2-plate advantage. These roams have cost the Talon, and he cannot stay in this lane. Ahri is significantly stronger than him. Red team rocketing off to an amazing start. The Camille, virtually non-existent. You pay more for a cannon minion into jungle at this point. He could probably pull off more ganks. But the one strong point for blue team remains the bot lane. The only lane that still has the potential and definitely ability to exert heavy lane pressure. Can they actually do it? I talked about this like 10 casts ago, but I still haven't disabled my Windows notification sounds. I do not apologize. Swain does hook the Sion back. Silver Bolt's being applied. Sion's at half health, but Ashe returns fire, dropping Vayne likewise. But Vayne, first player to complete Blade of the Ruined King, basically a full buy. She also has slightly magical boots enchanted, and so does Ashe. Ashe actually sprung for the entire upgrade, which is significantly better than just 1 dagger plus the boot. 35% attack speed does beat the crap out of 12. In fact, Berserker Greaves 35% is quite underappreciated. It's such a huge chunk that people don't really internalize it when they first see the boots, and then you buy it. Even on paper, like, people don't really see that 35%. It's just shy of things like PD. Here comes the Ahri. Spirit Rush can't get her out of the jail. Talon picks up very well needed return kill onto the Ahri, shutting her down before she can pull that CS lead even further. Cannon, second player in the game to hit the 100 CS mark on top lane, still exerting his ranged advantage over Set. Facebreaker misses, but Haymaker does not. And Set, actually, just noticed, going for the Triforce damage variant of Set. Definitely the one that's considered probably more troll, because it makes you so squishy. So Talon can just come up and stab you in the face. Stinger is already where you stop being tanky, because you have missed out on Kindle Gem. Red team does grab a Retaliatory Dragon. That's actually their second Drake of this game, and Wind Rift has set in. Blue team's plan of sandbagging the first Drake so they can get 4 Cloud Drakes for the ultimate OP bonus is working in their favor. Now they just have to execute on the second half of their investment banking strategy. Ashe, third player in the game to hit the prestigious 100 CS mark, about 3.5 minutes behind par, but given everything that's happened in this lane, still extremely impressive. Still have yet to back for the Blade of the Ruined King. Definitely able to afford it now. Yep, by a pretty significant margin as well. And by significant, I mean like 100. It costs 1100 from the items that she has now. Now Talon gets charmed. Long distance charm. Ahri pops her entire burst onto Talon. Glacial Augment is actually applying the slow, but here comes the hook shot, stunning the Ahri. Shadow Assault goes out. Talon does get charmed midair. Ahri has to blow her stopwatch to get out. Camille flashes in. Not the best way to do it. Ahri can just run away. She gets a counter kill onto Talon and walks away with Spirit Rush, blowing away Camille's flash. And nothing to show for it except a friendly corpse on the ground. Gold lead. Red team holding a solid 2000 advantage. Camille going in for round 2. Charmed midair by the hookshot. The stun does not land and eats a solid amount of damage from the Ahri. Meanwhile, Rek'Sai taking this moment to reprieve has moved out the Rift Herald. She does take it and grabbing the little rocky guy. She's going to make her way top lane. Or stealing blue right under Camille's nose. If Camille checks this, she is certainly dead. This Rek'Sai is so scary right now. 313, complete the jungle item and Tabai. Camille cheekily smites away the blue buff. Thanks for the leash, she says. But she is going to stay for Gromp. There's a Rek'Sai preying on her from the corner. Seth's rolling around in the river as well. But here comes the bot lane. Engage. Ashe gets hooked back again. Burns down to the ignite in the other brush. But meanwhile, top lane, Rek'Sai has found the Camille. Face breaker, killing the Camille and grabbing the Talon, slamming him away. That was a weird raw jump interaction. You can't jump across that wall. The cannon TPing down does finally pick up the return kill on Vayne, grabbing a 600 gold shutdown. Swain no longer has any avenue to pursue. Can now chase down Lightning Rush. He is going to drop a Vision Word and walk away. 1-for-1 trade going on for bot lane. 2-for-0 in the blue team jungle. 3-for-1 overall in favor of red team, along with a Herald drop. That is the first turret of this game, if I am not mistaken. But the Herald is not done. It's going to continue going. Ashe called to top lane to assist. The Herald will charge in. Ashe shoots down the Herald. And now there's a juicy mini way to grab with the Saturn Rek'Sai hiding behind. The second and third turret in this game also falls in Ahri's hands. That solo push, killing 2 towers. Sees has so much alone time in that lane. Charm landing onto the Talon. Hookshot misses due to Spirit Rush. GLP with Glacial Augment laying down a slowing trail. Camille drops to all of the damage. But here comes the Ashe flashing in, claiming the counter kill on Ahri. Now it's just a set. He has Haymaker. The true damage barely does not kill the Talon. And he has to run for the hills, but he cannot. He abandoned the Triforce route and picked up a Kindle Gem, as he ought to. It's so much better of an item. But he does finish the Trinity Force. Despite perhaps his better judgment, he is not fed enough to justify it. Now Vision once again being cleared out at mid. Dragon is now spawning in less than 1 minute. But bot lane turret is about to fall. The red team bot lane got so much time alone thanks to the necessity of dealing with threats in the other lanes. Ashe running in, does get slowed by the Regent of Empires, but Vayne gets heavily chunked by the Talon. Dies before she can really do anything else. This is a very late teleport. Swain trying to buy some time with an hourglass, but he does not make it further. He doesn't get the pop before he dies. Showstopper grabbing Sighing away, and Seth's going to run for the hills. Can he get out? Do they chase? There's no damage being laid down to him yet. Camille turns for Rek'Sai. And now the fight is split. Rek'Sai easily takes that return kill. Camille's not the stretch he thinks he is. The fist killing Talon, and now the fight turns from a 4v2 to a 2v2. The two-man slam misses one due to Rek'Sai ultimate. Ahri comes down to clean up. 4-for-2 trade overall. And now they're going to turn for Dragon. The zombie man gets charmed. Dead people can also fall in love. And he dies, killing nothing in his downtime. This is now certainly Dragon number 3. For red team. One more will claim them the soul, and one more will shut down blue team's investment banking dragon scheme. Almost as reliable as pyramid schemes or Ponzi schemes. Now Seth, using his Triforce, he is a tower taking machine. He can definitely punch it down. He spams some more skills, but he will opt not to. Cannon charges in, but does not actually engage onto the Seth. He is going to walk away from this fight. Camille scanning around. That red buff is as good as gone, and she would do well to not check it. But here comes a Set. Hookshot from over the wall, getting the tiny stun on him. But now Set's in the 1v3. He shows stops away. Haymaker shield. Punches Camille to half health. But that is the rest of his damage. He has nothing left. And he is not tanky enough to continue fighting. That is the end of the split pusher. Now, blue team, 3-man strong, resuming the siege in bot lane. They want this outer tower. And they are throwing bodies at it in the present moment. Vayne grabs herself the red buff. She hasn't actually bought a major item since laning phase ended. Her next item is, of course, Rage Blade. But right now she only has probably the most expensive component so far. So Rage Blade is still a haughty 25-50 gold away, if I'm not mistaken, from this point on. And she is far away from being able to afford it. Charm misses the mark. Ash's beautiful starter step, but isn't enough to dodge every other CC. Vayne charges in. That's Vayne spotting points, only taking a 1-for-1. Swain popping his Birdman form. He can explode. Will he? His explosion probably not strong enough to kill anybody unless he lays some additional damage. He does blow himself up, but it doesn't actually get a kill, leaving only 4 people bruised, but there's no damage left. The Set does come in. Can he get anything else? He doesn't pop the speed. He is going to kill a Vision word instead. The Rek'Sai has arrived. The Prey Seeker finds his mark, and the dodge doesn't work. Rek'Sai ult is a heat-seeking missile. It may have worked on her first rework, but they patched that out right quick when they realized you can just flash or dodge it. And now Rek'Sai will hunt you to the ends of the earth. Facebreaker interrupting the decimating smash. Haymaker true damage, taking down the Scion. Almost effortless kill. But here comes the angry man. He wants a punching contest, but Set just says no thanks and walks away. Very unbecoming of a fight pit boss. But now another lull sets into the game. Both teams slowly resetting, clearing tunnels, clearing vision. Except they're actually not popping sweepers, so they just see everything. Rek'Sai is going to walk away. The early wording system provided by the words, telling her to GTFO. And that, once again, the Talon top lane role doesn't really pay off as well as he wants to. And now red team 3-man strong initiates a push into blue team T3 at mid lane. Set has a blue orb. You see that? Well, they're going to start smacking this tower. But Enchanted Crystal Arrow lands on Set, dealing him a 1.5 second stun, give or take. And the Talon pops a Shadow Assault. But both players have to immediately flash out. They cannot continue this damage. They've taken way too much chunk. Ahri just running down the Ashe solo. There's no QSS, there's no MR. And Ahri finds an effortless kill thanks to a GLP Hourglass. Definitely pretty strong in terms of item build. Sion gets grabbed in. He's just a support. He's not that tanky. But Lightning Rush into the Slicing Maelstrom kills 2. Well, kills 1 in the back. Almost kills 2, but now Cannon has to run. He blew all of his tools to get in, but Vayne charging into the turret alone gets locked up in the cage, and Talon jumps in for the kill, taking the 1000 shutdown on Rek'Sai. On top of that, he has gotten a nice amount of change in his pocket. Overall, 3-for-3 trade, but Set once more. Showstopper slams Talon back in. He does get stunned by the hookshot, but Camille super low. He doesn't get the kill before Talon stabs him. Now, a 4-for-3 trade in favor of red team. The return fight with Set didn't work out. Ahri was not prepared to follow up, so there was no damage being contributed from the Ahri. The Showstopper probably flung Talon far too behind, like too far back. I mean, I can't English. Too far back, and Ahri can't possibly follow up. There's no Spirit Rush. And now the objectives once again. Cloud Drake. 1 minute from now, this is the soul. Blue team probably wants this more than Baron. And they probably will take it more than Baron. Talon barely avoids the Never Move. Is it still called Never Move? Now I have to check. It is still called Never Move. Cool. Oh, Enchanted Crystal Arrow lands on the Ashe. The Frost Shot's being applied. She counters with only 2 bolts before dying. Ahri, the charm does miss. Ashe counters flashes to get out of the way. The kite's not really working out in the current moment. Decimating Slash bites her some time. And Swain has to pop the Hourglass. Once again, the Never Move misses. But the super fight Rek'Sai comes in, claws down the Ashe. And the single Scion also into Swain's face. Doesn't get the kill. And his zombie form will drop without further incident. Now red team resuming their push. Blue team lost a critical damage dealer as well as a critical tank. Can they still contest this dragon? Rek'Sai is simply massive, but Cannon wants more. He gets charmed. Rek'Sai flashes over, gets a 2-man burrow. Shadow Assault buys Talon some time, but the Rek'Sai will just bite onto the cannon and kill him. That is a 2 for nothing. Yet again, the Set running in towards the Talon. Rake will buy him some time, landing a very critical soul. Talon walks off the wall, but he cannot walk back in. And red team is using Set to drive away the last living member, and they are going to claim the soul, foiling blue team's hopes and dreams of getting a single dragon this game. And now the Haymaker, fully charged shield, but does not find the kill. Talon will walk away, or leap away rather, and find his way onto the red buff, but this is being done under a ward. He gets a red buff. Can he walk away in time? Vayne has made her way here. The hook onto the Talon. He cannot make it to a wall. Before Vayne shoots him down, he pops the ignite on her, and Vayne counters with a heal. Interesting exchange of summoners at the tail end of that fight. And Vayne picking up yet another kill. Rage bait complete. And she's working on Phantom Dancer now. Or Wit's End. Or anything, really. Who knows what she's building. It's just an attack speed item. A Surrender Wolf from blue team has failed. The Cloud Soul actually does make Vayne quite scary. The 30% movement speed buff from popping her ultimate does make Vayne significantly stronger in a team fight. Camille running away from her own jungle. Now red team 4-man strong. Roaming into the jungle, finding the Scion, decimating slash, connects onto one. The charm immediately drags him back. Swain pulls him in as well. He dies before being able to ult out, but Talon hops into the backline, killing off the Vayne before she can do anything else. Hookshot onto the Ahri, stunning her down. And the cage will lock her in as well. And now so far it's a 2 for 2, but the blue team carries are still alive and they're in a better position. Ahri has no more Spirit Rush chargers left, and she is going to die. However, blue team has lost all of their tanks, and the Set cornering them in with a Rek'Sai on the other side. Can they make it out? Will they have any casualties? Rek'Sai going hard for the Ashe. The kites not extending too many autos, but Rek'Sai dies before she can actually pulse her ultimate. Ashe is still alive, and now Set being slowed down. Haymaker, true damage, doesn't connect, doesn't actually get a kill. Ashe takes down the Set as well. Beautiful kiting work. And that is somehow a clean ace. Red team, even after coming out on a slightly uneven trade, had an amazing pincer attack with Set and Rek'Sai. However, they decided to run down the same corner to pinch blue team, allowing blue team to kite in one way. That is horribly executed by red team. They probably could have actually aced blue team if Set and Rek'Sai coordinated the pincer attack, but they opted not to. Now, a very, very alone Camille. Cloud Soul giving Vayne the movement speed. There's no chance for her. She has extended far too deep into red team territory, and Vayne walks out for the easy punish. She is working on that Phantom Dancer. Meanwhile, Ashe, 3 items completed. Actually, 3 items completed, more expensive items completed as well. Still a richer person than Vayne is. Heck yeah. Scion does ult away to disengage himself. Vision of Empire giving some vision. And now, the next call for red team is the Baron Nashor. They are in fact just going to start it. The Rage Blade Silver Bolt procs, making a mincemeat out of Baron Nashor actually. And the Rek'Sai is definitely tanky enough to sustain it. Blue team comes in, drops a word. That means red team has to run away from the pit. Enchanted Crystal Arrow finding her way onto Ahri. And now Condemn onto the Scion. Scion does not have his ultimate still. Talon tries to ult onto the Ahri, but she pops her Hourglass to stay safe. That is most of Talon's burst gone and the Enchanted Crystal Arrow gone. Can they continue this fight? Scion is the first casualty. Alone in a corner with nobody to help him. Blue team has retreated all the way back to lane. Talon flashing in for an all-in onto the Ahri and kills her off. Camille going for a cage onto the Rek'Sai, but dies to the Vayne instead. Now the Swain pops his ultimate. Looks to be the next casualty, and he is. Set will try to buy some time, but that all will only result in his death. And now Vayne Rek'Sai restarting the Baron Nashor. Probably a terrible call. The rest of blue team coming in to stop them from finishing what they started. Once again, a favorable team fight in favor of blue team. Just by nature of red team tunneling on something else and not fighting in a coordinated fashion. And now Talon wants more. He vaulted over the wall. He doesn't have Shadow Assault up quite yet. It's almost up, but probably not in time. Rek'Sai looking to turn. It's just one very alone Ashe. The Unburrow and the Priest Seeker both misses. She does have the damage. She's going to ult onto the Ashe, but Ashe flashes away. Doesn't destroy the damage, but buys her enough room to kill her off. Cannon solos out the Vayne in the distance. And now That's a very delayed ace. 3 members of red team still respawning. It's just a Swain and Ahri. Can they run to Baron Pit in time? Because red team has actually opted to start it. Their tanks are on their way. Sion is here to tank out Baron Nashor. The wards are being cleared away. This is now a dark pit. For red team to walk in. Vision Vampire buys a little bit of time. Sees a little bit of vision. The wards are being dropped down, but it is blind. They have no jungler. They have nothing here to go for a smite, to go for a steal. This is a very unlikely objective take. Can they get it? The smite actually misses, but Camille finds her way anyway. Spirit Rush connects onto the Ashe. Enchanted Crystal Arrow misses. And now it's a cleanup effort by the red team. Sion and Ashe dies outside the pit. Now Cannon has to run for the hills. Sett is going to speed up and run in, but he doesn't get the chase. Swain doesn't get what he wanted either. Red team only drops 2 members, but picks up Baron Nashor in retaliation. However, that is probably not good. There's an Elder Dragon coming up, coinciding with blue team core members' respawn timers. Red team already making their way there. A successful Elder Dragon by red team can be game ending if it is taken. Will they go for it? Will blue team throw the kitchen sink at it to prevent them from taking this objective? Or will they just let Elder Dragon go silently into the night and hope for once again an amazing team fight from their end? Now Camille abandons the hook shot. Talon does walk over. The Shadow Assault is popped, but he is so slow. Ahri charms him blind. And that is an amazing charm, catching out Talon in the blind, and that is going to be the last of blue team's hopes and dreams of stealing this dragon. Unless Camille wants to say something about it, she does not. And the Elder Drake buff ticking down. They are also in a 5v4. If this charm lands on Cannon, he's as good as dead. But here comes the Rek'Sai. He jukes out the Prey Seeker, and he has to run. But he turns back down with the Slicing Maelstrom, taking down the Vayne. Rek'Sai doesn't actually die to the GA, and now Ashe has to be very careful because it's falling down to a quarter, somehow killing 2 critical members of red team. But Rek'Sai has found her way. Elder Dragon kills off Camille. So far, 3 for 2. But is it the end? Is it the end? Ashe tries to walk away, but the GLP slows her down for far too much. She cannot walk away. It's just one Sion. He's too tanky, but he does no damage, and the Elder buff would claim the kill. A very delayed ace. But now Talon has respawned. However, the team fight was very scattered for blue team, and they were forcing far too much into Elder buff. The Camille probably started that disaster train by getting caught in the side. And now teleport coming down. Finally, 32 minutes in the game. They're out to Sett to finish what they started. Another charm landing on Talon during Shadow Assault, but he is going to jump back towards the swing, killing him off. GLP dropping him to just about critical range. Rek'Sai unburrows, knocks up Talon and kills him off. And now, once again, being sent back to the respawn timers. A second teleport coming down from the Sett, taking down a single inhibitor, but they can get so much more before this buff wears out. Are they going to keep going? Yes, they are. Ahri will simply help herself to a blue buff first. Now blue team is all up to them to complete this defense. Will they actually get it? Ahri actually takes the blue buff, but Enchanted Crystal Arrow lands at max distance. Ahri just standing still, basically out of the game. Camille even commits her ultimate for the catch. The flash hookshot doesn't find his mark. She is chasing far too far forward. That's a lot of fars in one sentence. Now it's just a Vayne pushing bot, but Ashe gets found out. The full burst of Rek'Sai, who still carries the Elder buff, easily kills off the Ashe. Oh my. Oh my, oh my. Now Sett jungling in blue team's jungle. Talon does find him. He has an Executioner's Calling, but Sett doesn't really heal in combat. That's intriguing. He bought an Executioner's just to stop a Swain, essentially. And now Shadow Assault going onto the Vayne. Vayne pops her heal and flash and ultimate, everything to get away from the Talon. And combined with a Cloud Soul, that's actually enough to get her out of danger. And now, blue team biding their time, waiting for the next major objective spawn. They can't force a fight. They'll have to take a fight on their own terms. When red team is distracted or otherwise occupied, or cannot perhaps afford to fight. Baron Nashor does satisfy that constraint quite nicely. If they contest Baron and it's a successful contest, that can definitely be their window to turn the game. 34 minutes and a half. Red team mid T1 falls, but it's going to be answered with a counter push into blue team space, forcing multiple recalls out. Talon finding his way onto Ahri. Ahri once again charms him in Shadow Assault. And Talon has to run for the hill. Will the Spirit Rush connect? She still has 2 more Spirit Rushes. Flash Charm! Killing off the Talon. Amazing play over the wall. And now it's just a 4-on-4 in blue team's own base. Showstopper slamming the Camille away. This big angry bird charge down the Ashe. Ashe just now rejoining the team fight. Redemption briefly resetting her health bar, but isn't enough. Vayne kills off the Camille in the corner. And they are dropping cores slowly. They're losing more and more ground. Rek'Sai tunnels over, killing off the Ashe. 1 step away from being able to heal in the fountain. And that is probably going to be the game. 5-man strong. Blue team has no damage left. No slicing Maelstrom. The charm barely misses. 1 more Spirit Rush in the corner. GLP slowing down blue team. They cannot defend. And they're forcing their fountain. Watching their own Nexus go up in flames.